It was a rainy night when David Turner pulled a stranger from a burning car wreck on Highway 17. The man was unconscious, barely alive, and the car was moments from exploding. David didn't think twice. He dragged him out, called 911, and stayed with him until help arrived. The stranger survived. His name was Marcus Vale, a clean-shaven, sharply dressed man in his 30s. He barely spoke, but looked David dead in the eyes at the hospital and said, "I owe you one." David shrugged it off, just doing the right thing. But Marcus leaned in, and with a cold intensity that left David uneasy, he said, "Again, no, I owe you, and I always pay my debts." 10 years passed. David moved on. He got married, had a daughter, started a small carpentry business. Life was quiet, peaceful, until it wasn't. It began with a letter. No return address. Just his name, written in perfect block letters. Inside was a single sentence. "Your favor has come due." Then came the strange things. A black car parked outside his house for hours. His daughter, Emma, swearing a man followed her home from school. His dog poisoned. His shop vandalized. Then, his wife disappeared. At first, the police believed it was voluntary. No signs of a struggle. But David knew better. The note left on her pillow said only, "Should have let him burn." David was consumed by guilt and confusion. Then one night, he heard a knock at his door. It was Marcus Vale. Older, sharper eyes, the same unnerving calm. He looked like he hadn't aged a day. "I told you I always repay my debts," Marcus said, stepping into David's house uninvited. "And your debt has been expensive." "Where is she?" David growled. "She's fine, for now. But you see, I lost everything that night. My car, my face, my business, my life. I had to disappear, rebuild, in the shadows." David clenched his fists. "I saved your life." Marcus smirked. "You stole it. I was on my way to eliminate someone who betrayed me. That wreck wasn't an accident. It was justice in motion. And you stopped it." David stared, stunned. "You turned me from judge into a victim." Marcus continued. "So now I'm simply returning the favor." He left without another word. Over the next week, David's world unraveled. His bank accounts were drained. His business partner was arrested for embezzlement. His daughter taken into protective custody for safety concerns. Every shred of his reputation shredded in headlines and news feeds. A whisper campaign turned everyone he knew against him. And still, no sign of his wife. David finally did the unthinkable. He went to Marcus. "I'll do anything," he said. "Just tell me how to fix this." Marcus poured them both a drink. "There's only one way to balance the scale." He slid over a manila folder. Inside, photographs, names, addresses. A dossier on a man David had never seen before. "This man ruined me, testified against me, sold me out. You want your family back. Finish what I started 10 years ago." David looked down at the photo, then back at Marcus. "I'm not a killer. You are now," Marcus replied, and left. David spent 3 days stalking the man, watching, learning. He had a daughter, just like David, a family. He wasn't some monster, just a man. David couldn't do it. He went to the police instead. Handed over everything. The photos, the threats, the recording he made of Marcus admitting it all. The FBI raided Marcus's compound. Found his wife, drugged but alive. Found records of surveillance, crimes, even blackmail spanning a decade. Marcus disappeared in the chaos. 6 months later, David tried to rebuild. His wife was in therapy. Emma was back, in school. They moved towns, changed names. But one morning, David opened the newspaper, and there it was. A headline. Witness in Vale case killed in home explosion. It was the man David had refused to kill. And on David's front porch that night was a note. I gave you a choice. You chose wrong. Drop of blood the end, or is it? Moral twist. Not all lives are meant to be saved. And some debts can never be repaid.